All right, thank you so much, Ted. Here on the Moroccan Oil Desk, once again with Madison Keys into the final here in Charleston for the second time in your career. You won 8 straight games to close out that match, but there was that hour and 10-minute delay. How did that affect things?
I kind of had a feeling that it was coming, seeing that it was raining in the first match. But honestly, it was good because I had just gotten broken and I got to go inside and kind of reset. And then I feel like I came out and I did a pretty good job to close it out.
So during a rain delay like that mid-match, what do you do? What are you thinking about? How do you keep yourself relaxed?
I went and I sat on the couch and just talked to my coach and my physio, and we didn't really talk about tennis much. Ate a little bit, and then right before we came back out, got refocused and went back out.
What looked like in the last game of the match, you slid and you tweaked your knee a little bit, or did something. What happened? Is it something you're concerned about?
No, it was more, I think, scary. It was, I thought I was going to go over my ankle, and then as soon as I started running around again, I was like, okay, it's fine, don't panic.
Well, I mean, I have to say, you've been sliding beautifully. Your movement, I mean, it looks like you've just been on the clay all your life. Is that a new feeling that you've had? Is that something that's sort of happened as the years have gone on? Where are you mentally in terms of how you're moving on this stuff?
I feel like I'm moving really well. I feel like when I first started, especially on red clay, I wasn't the best mover, and that's something that I focused on, and now I feel pretty confident on it, and I definitely feel like I'm out there, and it's not something that I'm thinking about.
Well, you've had more wins here than you had all year coming in, so certainly doing a lot better. You also said, Maddie, hey, you're in the final. That's a good thing.
That's a bit of a bad
that's a good thing. You said you've been bouncing back.
Front-handed compliment.
Front-handed. Bouncing back better from disappointing points or games, better here than you have in the past. How are you doing that?
I think just having a lot of confidence in my game and knowing even if I'm not playing my best tennis that I can get out of a lot of situations, and if I keep trying to do the right thing, a lot of times it's going to click.
And certainly this, I mean, go ahead, Chanda. You take it away.
You go first. You go first. Go ahead.
Chanda gets it.
Well, I mean, I'm curious because the match against Sloan, it seemed like you really settled in. You cleaned up the unforced errors, but you still kept hitting. We saw more of that in this match today against Monica Puig. Where are you mentally as a big hitter when you have to keep going for your shots, but you know you also need a bit of consistency? How do you ride that fine line and go into a match like this today and play so well?
I think the thing I've been focusing on is having really big targets and knowing that even if the ball comes back, my movement is there and it's not something that I'm worried about, so I know I can get to the next ball, and eventually there'll be a big enough opening that I can actually hit the winner. So more than anything, just really working on my patience.
I'm curious, we talked the other night about how big that win against Tatiana Maria was and how much confidence you gained from that. But then last night, beating Sloan for the first time, which match did you get more confidence from going forward?
I feel like every match that I've played, I've gotten a little bit more confidence in different ways. The match against Maria, I've obviously had a couple of tough 3-set losses, and being able to kind of get over that hurdle, I think just snowballed into having a really great week.
Well, this will be your second final here in Charleston, but you got to the semifinals last year. I mean, this seems to be a tournament you love, a court that you love, but you're up against Wozniacki in the final. Have you thought a little bit about it? What are your thoughts kind of at this point?
I haven't even gotten that far yet. I'm really happy to be back in the final here. I love playing in Charleston. This is, you know, a tournament that I feel like I usually do really well at, so being able to be in another final is really special. And in probably about 20 minutes, I'll start thinking about tomorrow.
Well, the producer in my ear was like, all right, we're going to put up a graphic that says the head-to-head between you two. So she's won the 2 matches. But, Maddie, those are both on hard courts. And you're a clay court specialist now. 15-4.
Yes, that's me.
15-4 in the last 2 years on clay.
That has a nice ring to it.
Right?
That does have a nice ring to it.
So this is a different surface. That's right. Clay court specialist Madison Keys. So how do you think this surface will affect the dynamic of the matchup?
I mean, obviously, it's very different playing. I think both times we're on fast hard courts on top of that, so it's a little bit of a slower court. My heavy ball will work better on this. Kick serves are better, so I think I'm going to be able to do a little bit more and hopefully have a win.
Well, we saw last night you won the Player Who Makes a Difference award. I want to ask you about that, and also just what you've been doing in Charleston. What are your favorite parts, and where have you been eating? So those are like 3 questions all together. But how was it last night, and how has your week been in Charleston?
Last night was great. I am a part of Fearlessly Girl and WTA Charities, and Bob and Eleanor from Volvo Car Open. They presented us with a check for my charity, and
okay, a big check.
It was very big. It will do a lot of good for all of these girls that we're trying to help.
That's all we want to know.
That was amazing, and to have so much support from tournament directors and WTA getting behind players who have foundations and charities, it means a lot, and it just helps us continue to do the work that we want to. And then, side note for what I've been doing in Charleston, whenever I get here, I pretty much just go to all of the restaurants. And
what's your favorite?
I don't know. It's so hard to say, but where did I go the other night? The steakhouse, Hall's Steakhouse.
Hall's Chop House.
Yes.
We went there the other night.
That was delicious.
That's the place, yes.
It was amazing.
So you and Steve are foodies. I mean,
well, you are too, Chanda.
I'm not on your level yet.
The real.
But I'm getting there.
You get that steak. You get some like spinach on the side.
Bob ordered us the cream corn.
Oh, that was so good in the skillet.
Yes.
We got that too.
I might have to go back for more.
Well, after you win the title, you'll have a celebration there. Madison Keys back in the final, looking for her first title since 2017. We will see her tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, for the championship, live right here on Tennis Channel. We will be back with more action. We got the second double semifinal for you coming up next. Madison Keys into the finals of the Volvo Car Open.